People make so many mistakes negotiating. Negotiating is just psychology. I use it every single day. 23, I've negotiated over $6.5 million in deal volume, and my average increase that I can negotiate is about $19,000 per deal. I do it in deal volume. That could be a mother negotiating with her kid, her 3-year-old daughter. It's like, no, you can't have candy today. It could be your relationship. It could be anything. It could be negotiating off a loan that you owe. So once you learn that yourself and everyone you talk to falls into 1 out of 3 different personality types, it will change your game. So I want to walk you through them, let them help you get exactly what you want, when you want, and how you want. Your first type is the analytical. Someone that's very numbers driven, very data driven. They need to assess a situation and know the facts to make their own decision. They're often introverted. They're not going to be that overly aggressive, jarring person that's kind of going to force their words down their throat, not their style. With these people, something that is important if you want to have a successful negotiation is give them their time. For example, me in real estate, I know that an analytical thinker, after I say the number that I want them to grasp and get to, I need to shut up and be quiet. I need to let them think and sit on that number on the phone, and I'm like, John Doe, I really want you to get this deal. I've made a relationship with you. I really want you to. I've just got Bob on the other line and he's at 232. What do you think about that? Silence. I'm not speaking. And neither is John Doe. Neither is John Doe. He's not going to speak either. And it's going to be really awkward. You're going to want to fill in that gap. Let them think. The greatest thing that you can do to have a successful negotiation is let the analytical person think. The goal for an analytical's communication is accuracy. They value data, they value preparation, they value numbers, they value statistics. They do not like emotional arguments, rushing decisions, or sloppy details. Mistakes that people make with analysts, that I did too, was they would talk too much, they would bring emotion versus logic into the argument, and they wouldn't let them think. Instead of saying, John Doe, this is a really good deal. I think you would really like it. That's emotion. I'm saying, I think he would like something. There's no fact there. I'd say, John Doe, I think you might like this deal, but here's 3 comps in 2 miles, and here's their numbers that kind of support the number I'm getting at. It's just numbers. All John Doe wants is numbers. He doesn't give a shit what I think he likes. He doesn't care. And with your analysts, your biggest weapon, to let them think. Just let them think. Shut up and let them think. Not being rude or weird, they're just processing, and you need to let them do that. Next up, we have the accommodator. Accommodator's goal of communication is connection. They see time as connection. They're the type of people that want to go to lunches. They want to connect face to face. When they have an awkward silence, they fill it in with words. They don't want to make the other person uncomfortable. Accommodators often call themselves a people person, and they crave trust, relationships, and harmony. They dislike conflict or aggressive negotiators or people that feel too transactional, people that feel slimy, don't care about the small talk. With an accommodator, you want to do the small talk. Or if you're an accommodator, that's probably something you enjoy doing, which is totally fine. And honestly, a thing that I'm sure many people envy about you. With accommodators, getting to know them is the key. Always hear the word rapport in sales, but with accommodators, it really is key. They want to feel like they know you and you know them and you see them. So again, I'm going to use my real estate example, but instead of saying, John Doe, I've got a deal. The numbers on it are killer. You would make an amazing spread. Instead, I would say, John Doe, tell me about yourself. What kind of projects do you like working on? I want to see if you'd like this house, but really, I don't know if it's for you. So let me know what kind of projects you enjoy working on. Then they'll say what they enjoy working on, and you're like, no way. You do like Boston projects? My family's from Boston. How long have you been there? Do that with the accommodators. Don't do it to be ingenuine. Do it to figure out about them. You need to negotiate with that person how they want to be negotiated with. There's this quote, and it makes so much sense, but just like you do in relationships, you have your love language and your partner has their love language. Maybe mine is words of affirmation, but if my partner is physical touch, I want to make him feel good and hug him and hold his hand in public and whatnot. You don't change yourself for them, but a relationship is a give and take, just like a negotiation is. Mistakes people make with accommodators are rushing into the numbers, not asking them about themselves, and feeling too transactional. Last but certainly not least is the third type, the assertive. The goal of communication for the assertive is winning. It really craves speed, efficiency, and accuracy. You'll notice that they're very direct, they often are very confident, and unfortunately, they have a habit of interrupting. So my real estate example on this one, if I'm picking up the phone to call them, I'm not gonna say, "Hey John Doe, how's your family? I've got a deal I think you really might like." I'm gonna say, "John Doe, what's up? Good to chat with you. I know you like Pawtucket. Here's the deal. I've got 2 bed, 1 bath starting at $200K. Needs about $40K into it, and the ARV over there is $450. Can I see you Saturday? Will you come by the open house?" Bam, done. The mistake people make with assertives is focusing on their tonality. Forget about that. It's not personal. It's definitely not personal with an assertive. They're just caring about their results. They're very driven. They're very ambitious. That's what they want out of the conversation. They're probably a very pleasant person, but they don't need to hold your hand to get you there. So remember that. I am super used to this because, like I said, I deal with male investors who are very competitive, and a lot of them fall in this assertive category. With assertives, you'll notice that when there's pause or silence, they'll fill it because they have that dominant personality and they want to have the dominant final say type of thing. Let them. If your goal is also results, let them. All in all, the biggest mistake people make is negotiating with their own style. From this, please remember, analysts want accuracy, accommodators want relationships, and assertives want efficiency. Chris Voss says it best. Negotiation is disguised emotional intelligence in conversation. That's all it is. It's so much deeper than that small talk, and you really get to use and practice skills which are invaluable. So, hope you learned something today. Come back for more. I'm excited to start this channel and share what I know, but what I'm constantly learning every day with y'all. There's a test. I'll link it below so you can find out what you are. I'm sure as you're watching this, many of you are guessing what you are. Take the test because it actually surprises you. For myself, you'll probably think I come off as an accommodator, very friendly, very smiley. Internally, I feel very much of an assertive. I really crave results and speed and efficiency. I get very impatient, and sometimes I don't take things personally that many people would. It's a double-edged sword, and guess what? All 3 of these personality types are. The best way to navigate this is to read Chris Voss's book. The knowledge that you get from that is insane, but otherwise take the test below, and hope we can chat more about negotiating. Bye.